I tell you, sneaky cat, smash. Sneaky cat, smash.
It's freaking snowing, man!
I know, man. This is my second time to see snow. Both times we're here.
We're in the most off-road, snow-worthy vehicle you could possibly be in.
It's true. It's like a sled, big tires that just goes.
Alright guys, definitely. So we are back at it again. We are headed to the store to get some applicator pads for when we apply the Ceramic Pro later. But we still have to finish polishing the truck out, which shouldn't take, what, maybe an hour, hour and a half, 2 people.
Yeah, so we pretty much got the driver doors and fender and hood all done. We just have to do the bed sides. We still have to cut and polish the tailgate.
Oh yeah, we have
run over the roof. Are we going left or right?
Left.
And then, so we kind of were going back and forth on our method. Originally we said the Americana method is easy, it's simple, it's effective, 1, 2, 1 and done. Then we started using the orange pad and the angel wax, and it was doing a good job. But we noticed on the hood it just had a little bit deeper defects that needed to be gotten out, and we wasted a lot of time trying to get those defects out with the less aggressive method when we should have just
gone aggressive.
Yeah, 1-2 punch with the compound and polish for Americana. So
yeah,
that's something that just comes with time and experience, you know.
Yeah.
But that's why we teach on Americana 1-2, because it's simple and easy. So yeah, we'll go back, we'll hit the truck, polish, and then we're gonna decon. So we're gonna get all the oils, polymers, wax, grease, carrying solvents off so that it's a virgin surface. And then we're gonna apply Ceramic Pro 9H to the paint, plastic, trim. We're gonna put a coating on the rain. Coating on the rain. Coating on glass called rain.
Yes.
We're gonna do all your interior plastics, the leather. I already coated all your carpet.
That's right, you started on the interior already.
Yesterday. Yeah, so we only had 2 machines and there's 3 of us working, so I was trying to prep the interior, kind of speed up our process so we're all busy doing something.
So back to the paint correcting, would you recommend doing a test spot on each panel to see what it's going to take, or would you just go straight to compounding?
I recommend, so this is the thing, brand new car, old car, they're all going to have some deeper defects.
Yeah.
If you're somebody who wants the car to be as perfect as it can be, it's going to need a 2-step. So whatever system you go with, just go ahead and do an aggressive microfiber wool with a compound so that you can get all the defects out. That way you're not chasing your ass later. And then move to your polish. And then that way, that's how I sell my jobs, because I want to deliver, you know, like as close to perfect as I can. Most of the time, somebody like you wants it, you know, as close to perfect as it can be. But there's other situations where maybe it's a daily driver or just a regular car, and you can do it 1 step and get away with that, and the customer and client's happy, the consumer.
Because it'll still look 10 times better.
And you're getting the benefits of the coating, you're still making it look better. So it's just a matter of what are you putting it on, for what purpose, how long do you want it to last. So there's just some things that go into it.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with the actual ceramic coating, right there, is how long you want it to last, and that'll help you dictate which exact coating you want, and then Travis will be able to steer you in the right direction, because there is different levels, right? There's 3-year, 5-year, and lifetime. Is that the difference? Or
yeah, so the Ceramic Pro coating is a multi-layerable system. It's 2 products. It's a titanium dioxide and a silica dioxide. One makes it hard, one makes it slick. So you get your scratch resistance and your long-term performance, your UV protection, all the like really durable characteristics from the 9H, the titanium.
Right.
So that's what you lay first, and you can layer that up to, you know, 10, 12 layers. That's a platinum, and I mean, you'd never get it all. But yeah, so the standard packages are 2-year. That's just 1 coat of light, which is the top coat. That's the silica. So that's basically just making it slick. Easier to clean, cleaner longer.
Easy
beading effect. But you don't really get any scratch resistance out of that. You're not getting that real hardness from the paint. You're just getting you know, kind of the cleanliness and easier to clean attributes. So
Okay.
I always recommend going with a 5, 7, or 10 year, which is just 2 coats or 1 coat of 9H, 2 coats of 9H, or 4 coats of 9H. How you get paint depth and like really deep clarity, or what makes it look like you can stick your hand in, is how flat the surface is. So every paint job comes with orange peel. So if you sand it out, that gets it completely slick like a mirror.
Yeah.
Then you can polish it, and then you add the ceramic. So the ceramic fills in the microscopic pores of the clear coat. That's what makes it actually denser and harder, because it becomes a more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's just a more dense surface, because you have the holes in the from the gases. When it dries out, the nanoparticles fill that in, and it's just a more dense, hard, workable surface. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying.
So that's the difference between the different packages.
One's hard and one's slick.
So yeah, okay, so if a daily driver, which one would you recommend?
I mean, you're getting the real performance or scratch resistance from the 9H. So I would always want 9H on my car.
5 year?
Yeah, for sure, a 5 year, which would be a base coat and a top coat. And there's ways to do it to where you can even have just the titanium, the base coat. You don't necessarily have to have the top coat.
Right.
The top coat is just a juiced up sealant.
Yeah.
So we have some other maintenance stuff that you could use as a part of your normal regiment.
Yeah.
That would perform and give you the same attributes as our juiced up sealant.
Yeah.
So you don't always have to, you know, there's a lot of ways to work around budgets and preferences.
Right.
But yeah, definitely, if I was going to do it on something in a car that I loved, then I would layer it up big.
So I think maybe like the middle of the road person, always go 5 year. And if it's your like baby, your favorite car, you're gonna keep it forever, definitely go the lifetime. But you can't go wrong middle of the road. I honestly, like, I'd probably steer away from maybe the 2 year, unless you're really budget friendly, just because you're not really getting that scratch resistance. I mean, you're getting a little bit, right?
If it's a lease, maybe.
Yeah, okay, that's a good
something you're not driving all the time, or, you know, if you're not getting a car out, then that 2 year can last a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
But if you're not getting it out that much, it's probably something you love if you want it to look better.
So you still should go.
Yeah. You're already making that investment, and to go from the 2 year to the 5 year is usually, you know, $200-300.
Yeah.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it then. 5 year minimum. So we're gonna get some applicator pads. We're gonna get back to the house, start polishing out the truck, finish up the tailgate, hit the roof real quick, and then we can finally start on the coating.
Absolutely.
Got a long day ahead of us.
I know. It's not going to take that long, really. I figure once we get there, start working, probably got 4 hours of work to do. Shouldn't be too bad. And then it's going to look, the interior and everything, it may take a while.
Okay, yeah. We've got other jobs to do this.
Hey, grinder die, we're going to get this.
Grinder die, let's go get some applicator pads. Yeah.
Sun is out here overseas. Dark emotions ever torn so deep, falling down through the clouds. I'm feeling you. Stay away from me. You keep haunting me.
Alright guys, so after about, I think 4 to 5 hours of polishing, the truck is finally done. We've been working our butts off on it. So we did have to compound the tailgate, do the roof, and then polish the entire truck. After that, everything else was already compounded from last night. So super happy with how the paint came out. It's pretty hard to tell on camera, but it has got a really nice gold flake to it and a real nice sparkle in there. I mean, it looks fantastic. I'm really happy with it. So Travis has been teaching me how to paint correct, and he kind of just let me go on my own with the polishing, because the polishing is not too hard. The compound takes a lot more technique. It all takes technique, but the polishing is a little bit easier, so I kind of just went at it with the polishing, and we'll just kind of walk around the truck know what you guys think. This new badge came in. Super excited to put that on once the truck is done being coated. But paint looks awesome. So, and I'm really happy that I debadged it before because we did paint correct, so all those scratches came out. I also ordered these badges in black. So pretty much the whole thing is going to be blacked out when this is done, except for the grill and the bumpers. Need to figure out what I'm doing with that, but that's another day. So for Travis is going to get some food right now, and what we did is we just wiped down the whole entire truck. After it's all polished, we wiped down the whole entire truck with alcohol, and I think maybe some degreaser. I think it's just straight alcohol though. We'll ask Travis when he gets back, but that is to prep the truck for the coating. So as you can see, we've got everything here that we need. We are doing the interior, so we've got the leather, rain, which is their glass protection, and then the 9H, which is their premium surface protection. So he'll go over all that when he gets in. We got some wheel and caliper stuff, which I don't think we're going to use because eventually I will be switching out these wheels. So I'm going to tell him that it'll just be a waste really to put that on. And we've got our sweet little heaters here too. So when he gets back, we will go over kind of the steps and the stages, and then we're just going to try and knock this truck out tonight, hit the paint, hit the windows, try and get everything done, and then we'll let it cure and hopefully take it out. It's snowing right now again, of course. Yeah, we're in Amarillo, Texas, and it snowed twice in a row. But hopefully be able to take the truck out tomorrow or Sunday and kind of show you guys what it looks like in the daylight because the lighting is not that good in here. But we'll update you guys when Travis gets back. All right, guys, Travis is back from eating pizza, and the vehicle is ready. So take us through the process, what we're gonna do, what are the steps involved, and that's it.
Ready you go. All right, so we already did the paint correction, removed all the defects.
Yep.
Came back and did a wax and grease remover and alcohol wipe down. So what we're doing is removing any wax, grease, oil, polymers, or carrying solvents from the buffing liquids. We just want to make sure that every surface is as clean as it can possibly be before we apply the coating.
What do you usually call it? Surgically clean?
Surgically clean. Virgin surface, whatever you want to call it. So
that's the biggest step, right? For it, that way it adheres properly, the ceramic?
It's actually nanoparticles, so it's forming a covalent bond. The positive and negative neutrons become one. So it's a new workable surface over anything you apply it to. It's like having a second clear coat. But the initial layer is the titanium, TiO2, titanium dioxide. So that fills in the pores of the clear coat, actually makes the clear coat more dense. Then as you layer the product up, it builds outside the substrate. And so that's the product that gives it its long-term durability, its UV protection, and its scratch resistance. So we do that. Then we'll come back 8 to 12 hours later and apply the Ceramic Pro Light. That's the silica dioxide. It's what makes the coating really slick. It gives it the hydrophobic properties, the really good beads. And so that will be 2 coats, good for 5 years.
All right, so what are we going to apply first then? So we've got our applicator pads, gloves. You don't want this stuff on your hands, right?
Well, it's eco-friendly, but the solvent itself is not eco-friendly, obviously. So once the solvent evaporates, then the coating itself is literally just sand. They heat sand up, refine it, break it down to nanoparticles, put it in a solvent. We put it on the car, solvent evaporates, it hardens, and it becomes a new exo surface over whatever you apply it to.
All right, so what are we going to apply first?
I'll tell you what you're going to apply first. I've got a few suggestions, guys. First of all, that's not right. How much did you charge him? $4.99? You charged him $4.99.
Yeah, he's ruining our video.
7 times that.
All right, what are we applying first?
We're going to apply the 9H, the base coat.
So that's this product here.
Let me say, if you guys have not ceramic coated your car, you're a fucking idiot.
Great, I'm about to bleep that out. Demonetized.
Smells really strong. All right, so I'm going to go through the application process.
All right, so I've got to help Travis because you buff it off right after, right? So I've got to help Travis do that, but he's going to show you real quick how you would apply it. and then we've kind of got to work together. So we'll leave the camera on the tripod, kind of do a little time lapse, because you do have to buff it off after the person is applying it. So you pretty much have to use 2 people, right?
Well, you can do it by yourself. You just, you know, the more you do it, the more familiar you are,
Yeah.
the easier it is.
Plus
You wouldn't-
efficiency.
Right. So you would work smaller sections. That way you have a more manageable area to work. Basically.
But you can kind of just go at it if I'm coming right behind you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I mean, the temperature, the humidity, all those things play a factor. Right now it's pretty cold, so we should have a lot of working time. It's not really going to be a hard install. So we'll probably apply big panels. If it was really hot and humid, then I'd have to shrink down the sections significantly. That way you can get the product off before it starts to cure.
What's the optimal? If someone has like a garage and it's temperature controlled, what's the optimal range of?
70 degrees, 30% humidity.
So if you want the best result, try and get that.
70 degrees, 30% humidity, or you know, that's why most installers have some sort of a controlled environment to put it on.
And obviously, as clean as possible in the garage, because any dust could get in between the layers.
Yeah, usually I'll use an air compressor, blow off the panels, but there's not a lot of dust in the air in here. So we're doing what we can in the garage, you know, depending on where you're at. And
Yeah,
make do.
just make it work. All right, so he's got the 9H there. These are the little bottles they come in. And then he's got his applicator pad.
And towels. So usually use a 3 towel or a 3 wipe method to remove it.
Always brand new towels.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small cost, but it'll make the coating last, so you're not going to scratch anything.
So this is the first time I'm applying the product to the pad, so I need to preload the pad with product. So I'll probably do 15 to 20 drops.
Okay.
From there, as I would go, I'd use progressively less product, maybe 6 to 8 drops per section.
Okay.
I'm going to basically pick my section, breaking out the vehicle and body lines, panels, whatever. I'm going to put it in the middle. I call that the Zorro. So I spread it in a Z in the middle of my section. That way I can work the bulk of the product from the middle to the outside instead of trying to pull it from the outside back to the inside of my section. So I spread it out in the middle, work it in. As soon as I have it worked in really well, then I'll come back and wipe it 3 different times just to make sure that I remove all the excess or residual coating. So you're just leaving behind a very microscopic amount at a time, but as you compound it, then you can really extend the life and the durability, performance, so on.
All right, so like he said, he's preloading it, so 15 to 20 drops since it's the first time using the applicator, but then from then on 7 to 8 drops. So he's going to apply it first.
So I can see it going on. It's literally just a...
Yeah, you can watch it going. You can even see it on the camera too. Yeah, my phone's going crazy.
When you apply it in and you remove it, you have to put a lot of attention into the cracks and crevices. Make sure you get it applied evenly and then also removed evenly.
All right, so now he's going to use his microfiber and just pretty much buff it off. What's the technique here? Just long strokes.
So my first wipe is just a firm pressure, straight lines.
So you're not just wiping, you're applying a little pressure right now.
I'm applying a lot of pressure on the first wipe.
Okay.
It's pretty thick. It's almost like a honey, or, you know, it takes a little bit of elbow grease to get it back off. So I do my first wipe, then I'll get another side of the towel.
So pick another clean side of the towel.
I call that one the howdy neighbor. Like I'm waving at my neighbor.
There's the technique, howdy neighbor.
So less pressure, more friction, and I'm just going back and literally being intentional to wipe every single little section, every crack, every crevice. If you're working in a team, you want to be able to communicate. And I would just be like, you know, like I got this whole section stopped about right here. That way your partner or whoever is working with you doesn't miss something. If you leave product behind, it can cause a high spot. It's not the end of the world, but you do have to correct it. It's basically just literally hardened glass, and instead of being level, it's up like that. So it looks like a smudge or a streak. You have to come back and polish or braid it off.
So if you see a smudge or streak, you may have not leveled it properly, and if it's cured, then you gotta buff it, I guess. Polish it.
Yeah, polish it.
But you said it's fixable, right?
Yep.
Okay. So not too big of a deal.
That was one of the scariest things in the beginning, is just not really knowing if you made a mistake, how to fix it.
Right.
But it's all pretty manageable. You can get it on, you can get it off.
All right, so this panel essentially done. So we're gonna start knocking out. We're gonna start knocking out the rest of the truck. We'll probably do some time lapses, a little close-up video, but we're gonna start cranking this out. How many layers of the 9H goes on?
I was gonna do one. We may do two. Just depends on how fast David wipes it off.
And then once it cures, then we'll hit it with the light.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Cool. All right, let's get to it.
I feel that I've been chasing dreams, keep holding on to memories, tears that I will not regret, sacrifice will prove instead. Through the landscapes I review, I can't be honest, I know you too. Walking down through the fields of
All right, guys, the truck is completed. Well, it's essentially completed. We've got one more step to do tomorrow because we have applied the 9H, and then you put light on top of that, which makes it that super slick surface where everything just falls off. And we'll apply that tomorrow because you do have to wait 8 to 12 hours for that to cure. So we'll do that tomorrow, but I'm gonna end the video here. I'm super excited with how this turned out. This is how the paint is actually supposed to look. A lot of people have messaged me and said, man, there's something wrong with your paint with all that flake and sparkle, but this is actually how the paint is supposed to look from the factory. So I believe this is the diamond pearl black coat, but just look at how pretty that paint is. So it's not just a regular basic gloss black. This does have a lot of flake and sparkle in it. Well, look at just everywhere you go. It just looks amazing. Super cool color. And when I bought the truck, I saw it under one light and I could see just a little bit of sparkle where the truck was clean, but it did not look anything like this. Definitely when you break the paint down a little bit, take down the clear coat, and you really pull out all the scratches and nicks and things like that, and then you polish it, it really makes the color pop, whatever your true color is supposed to be. And then when you ceramic coat it, it really adds to that depth and shininess of the paint. I've always told people, anytime you ceramic coat a vehicle, it makes the color look totally different, but in a good way. It really brings out that deep shine in a vehicle. It almost looks fake in some instances, like it just looks ridiculous how shiny it is, but it's really cool. It protects the vehicle, it makes it easier to maintain. No, this is not a solution to totally negate scratches and things like that, but it does have a layer of protection. And the biggest thing is when you go to wash the vehicle, the maintenance is super easy on it. Everything just falls off when you rinse it. You don't really have to you hardly have to scrub anything to get stuff off. It just falls off. So tomorrow we've got to add the light, but what we did is we did the leather and trim with Ceramic Pro. We did the rain on the windows, and then we did a couple coats of 9H, and then we'll do a coat of light tomorrow So I'm really happy with how it turned out. Huge shout out to Travis McNutt. There are other brands out there, but I prefer Ceramic Pro, not just because Travis uses it, but he was the first person to ceramic coat one of my vehicles, and that's who he happened to use. But there are a lot of other benefits. Ceramic Pro can be added to your Carfax, so it can add value to your vehicle. It has a full warranty on it, so they'll come out and fix it or repair it, whatever needs to be done if something happens to the coating. And all the installers have to be certified, which makes you feel good about someone working on your car that actually knows what they're doing. This isn't just a coating you can go buy online. However, like I said, there are other coatings that are good, but Ceramic Pro is not only one of the best coatings, it also has a lot of other benefits behind the coating to back it up so that you feel safe with that person installing on your vehicle, and you feel safe that the product is one of the best products. So, like I said, I'm super happy with the paint. It just makes it look so much shinier, and it'll even look more glossy tomorrow when we add the light to the top of it. But it is blizzarding out, and we've got to wait 8 to 12 hours for this to cure anyways. And so I will do another video, which will be a full review on the vehicle once it's outside, and I've washed it once, so you can really tell how well this coating works. So I'm super excited. Probably the only reason I would ever get a black vehicle is if I knew that I was going to ceramic coat it or protect it somehow. A black vehicle is very hard to maintain. It shows scratches and dirt very easily, and they're just really hard to keep clean. So ceramic coating is a must on a black vehicle. I would never buy a black vehicle unless I was going to ceramic coat it. So the only things we didn't do was the chrome trim, because I know I'm gonna either paint it black or wrap it or do something to it. But we did the headlights, anything that was painted black. Like I said, we did the windows in the rain. We did the whole interior. I don't want to open the door right now, but we did the whole interior in ceramic leather and trim. But yeah, looks freaking awesome. I also got my Mopar satin black badge. These come on the midnight editions. It looks like a faded black in the video because the light is so bright that I have on the camera, but it is actually just a satin black badge from Mopar, so we got that on there. But truck is protected and coated, and I'm super excited about it. Like I said, once again, huge shout out to Travis McNutt, huge shout out to Ceramic Pro. If you guys need to find an installer, just comment below and I can find one for you, so you can have a certified installer paint correct your vehicle and then coat it if you want that done. Make sure you guys always comment, like, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, Vanby39. Hopefully you guys are enjoying all the mods on the Ram 1500. I'm loving this truck, and we'll see you guys on the next one.